Hey guys, this is Coach Joe coming to you from inside the Holy Cronut, and today I'm bringing you a recap of the CWL Rising Season 4 Week 11 matchup of the Holy Cronut versus Marshals'Nation. This recap is super late because I was busy getting married during this war, and then we went on a week-long honeymoon in Disney World. So congrats to me, I guess, and a hearty grats to all the nutters, as we won this one 86-85, and with that we won the Baby Dragon division and locked in the 5 seed for the 16-team playoff. After losing in Week 10 with a very poor 10v10 performance, our Town Hall 10s locked in, and we worked very hard on plans this week. We had another Great War 9v9, going 16 for 24, which is 67%, and that gave us 8 scouts. Our 10s put that to good use and got 6 10v10 triples. Marshall's only had 4, both clans dip-failed, and THC ended up leaving an 11 with 1 star. That left us with the victory by 1 star. And now I'd like to bring on my guest for this recap, John, who also duels and Axeyousomethin. How you doing tonight, John?
I'm good, Joe. How you doing, mate?
I'm good, and this is already currently we're past the first round of playoffs. We won the match after this, so we get a nice bye week to build some bases.
Yep.
So, all right, let's jump right into the first hit we're going to recap, and this is from CWL which is GOAT, with a fresh 9v9 triple using Queen Walk Hogs. And what do you think of this base, John?
I mean, it's atrocious on all levels. I assume he was trying to be, or he or she was trying to be awkward with this base, but it's exceptionally weak to so many things. I mean, GOAT's going to expose it very well with this Queen Walk Hog. I mean, so right there, the fact that the Queen can walk up from outside and lure the CC on a base like this automatically makes it pretty garbage. Because you just think, just from this, if you were to stop the video here, like anything is going to clean up this base. You could Lalo, starting from 6, coming from behind that sweeper with a ground expo. You could bring Hogs in from the same place, which is, pretty sure what he ends up doing. He gets a little bit unlucky maybe with the Queen pathing here, because the Queen could could definitely reach the Queen from outside there.
I mean, hell, you could even do a shady style bitch on this attack using the Queen Walk as an opener, because
exactly
cutting any corner is pretty. I mean, the wall setup and all the space is meant to make it so that it's very hard to get troops to actually go inside the base. But the problem is the funnels are too easy.
Yeah, precisely. And not just that, but look what's actually deep in the base. Essentially 2 expos. Okay, the sweepers, but really they don't matter for the most part. So really, what's deep in the base is 2 expos. Like everything else, I mean, you could send a Falcon at this base and just not even bring jumps, just let it circle around the base and it'll probably triple.
Right. Let them finish on the expos. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, like it's.
And if you were going to do that too, you could even bring loons to take out the ground bow.
It's just a terrible base. Usually would somewhat refrain from saying that, because obviously the majority of clans do put good effort into their base building. But I mean, every now and again you think you have something, maybe someone tests it and it's a bit awkward in a test. So you think, oh, this is a good base, but I mean, it's just not.
Well, and this attack is going to give us, one of the very rare Queen Live attacks, where you triple the base without killing the Queen.
And that's the thing. He triples the base easily.
Yeah.
Like it's. I mean, look at me. He has. I believe he had a decent amount of time left. He has maybe 20 Hogs left. All his cleanup, his Queen, I think 3 of his healers.
Yeah, I mean, it's the kind of thing where it's like, I don't know. Whenever you see a triple with the Queen still alive, I mean, that to me tells me it was a shit base.
Yeah, not one for the scrap heap for Arno.
All right, so the second attack we're recapping is a fresh 9v9 triple from you on your Scarecrow account. And by the way, congrats on making the All-Star match on Scarecrow.
Thanks. Be Be interesting to see how that is.
Yeah,
I mean,
one fail all season long. It's nothing to sneeze at.
Scarecrow is my reject Town Hall 9 account. He failed, so...
Right. What a loser. This is a quad golem gobo attack, and I mean the base is perfect for it, but what base isn't?
Yeah, I've definitely gotten a bit lazy with... I mean, Town 9's broken. I think everyone knows that.
Broken on purpose.
Yes, precisely. And I don't blame Supercell for doing that. I mean, it's easy for me to say because I have multiple accounts at higher Town Hall levels, so it doesn't affect me that much when it is really going to be destroyed soon. But I think that's just made me get a bit lazy. I mean, it works, obviously. It works well. But I see so many people going in still at Town Hall 9 and trying to do something, overly fancy or, out of the box. I mean, it's great for...
Well, I mean, specifically on this base, it's kind of boxy. He's got the one compartment up in the northwest there. It's up against the wall. It makes that end of the funnel really easy. I know he's got Teslas there to try and make it awkward for you, but still, you stick a golem on the corner at 10 o'clock there, and that, no matter what attack you're doing, that side of the funnel is very easy.
Yeah, and the thing is, the problem is as well, yes, those Teslas would make something awkward, but it was so obvious they were there. This was a fresh attack. It was so obvious they were there.
Yeah. I mean, we're really at the point where if you really, truly want to defend at Town Hall 9, you pretty much have to have a base where you're going to really, really draw a queen walk, a longer attack. It's going to take more time. And then troll somewhere where they're going to run out of time and they didn't realize they would.
Exactly. And that's probably... And the meta, 100% shifted towards heavy troll, hasn't it? And that's why I favour that attack specifically. And I usually go fresh. Because you can negate troll for the most part. You save a golem and a few wizards. You can negate troll and use it to tank the backside.
Right. Yep. The third attack is Cronut with a cleanup Sui Lalo 9v9 triple. And as soon as he drops his heroes here, you can see, well, there's value.
Yeah, he's gonna get such great value. Not just, I think the thing which a lot of people don't think about enough when it comes to either Sui attacks or small kill squad attacks for either hogs or loons. It's just the pathing as well. Like the pathing is going to become very, very... You'll see once he drops his Valor, the pathing is going to become very easy. I think 2 or 3 loons split off and go a bit funky, but basically every other loon goes where he wants for the most part.
So, how do you feel about the Hound CC in this base?
It defended once, so it did its job.
Okay. How do you feel about the Queen right in the middle of all 4 air defenses?
Could be better. But again, I think for me, the way I view the Town Hall 9 base building, if a base is set up to not scream air straight away, which I don't think this base does. I think if this was a damage CC, I don't think the cleanup would have been Sui Lalo or even a Lalo-based attack. I think he'd have gone in with probably like the attack we just watched, like a heavy kill squad style attack. I think it's good base building. If you can build a base that does, or rather, I guess, CC is a part of the building. If you can build a base that looks attractive to ground at first look, put a hound in it, I think that's pretty good for the most part.
Yeah, and I feel like a bitch attack would struggle at least a little bit on this base. The compartments don't make the jumps very easy.
Yeah, and obviously, as we know, the bitch attack can push and push and push. But yeah, it's more a case of what it screams. And to me, that if I hit that fresh, I'd 100% use like a stoned hobo or something like that. And then the hound would come out and I'd be in trouble.
Yeah, well, but It's hard to have a base that's going to defend more than once without severe mistakes on the part of the attacker. You know,
Exactly.
he's got an unpopped hound in most of his loons here. I mean, it's just destroyed it.
Yeah, but that's why I said when you asked about the Hound CC, I think, yeah, Hound CCs on cleanup should always be an easy Sui Lalo triple. I mean, you can Sui Hog too. People forget that. You can just mass Hog, Skelly Spell the Queen. But it's done its job if it's held once.
Yeah, people don't realize what it's... I don't see a lot of the Sui Hog attack, and just all of those heals at Town Hall 9, you can cover the whole base.
We have a guy in AYS who does it. And I'm always like, oh, why wouldn't you just Sui Lalo? But every time I've seen him do it, pretty much, he absolutely smashes the base.
So the fourth hit we're showing, the first 10v10 triple, is a small kill squad Sui Lalo. He uses some Velks with his heroes here. And, you know, we were talking before about the value. So this Sui only takes out an Archer Tower, a Wizard Tower, Air Defense, Queen, and the CC. It ends up missing a lot of the other buildings in the area, but he manages to take all that out using only this small amount of troops that I think you counted cost him 6 loons. And he's using a jump and a poison, so he's saving the spells that he would normally use to take out the Queen.
Yeah, I mean, but firstly, all the attacks in this recap are nice, but this is by far my favorite attack of the recap. It's very well dissected. And yeah, just to expand upon what you said, I mean, Lalo is my absolute favorite attack at Town Hall 10. Any variant of Lalo, whether it's Sui or Kill Squad or Heavy Kill Squad back end. And obviously, the dream of any attack is to use every spell perfectly and all of that. But often, when you're doing a Sui Lalo or when you need to kill the Queen, the Rage and Skelly that you need for the Queen often isn't really doing a lot for your troops, if that makes sense. You're focusing so much on getting the Queen that hitting some of the troops is just a benefit. You're not really thinking, oh, I need to make sure I get 80% of the loons I have in this area in the Rage. Like, obviously you want to, but it's not the main priority. So not having to worry about Rage Skellying the Queen, which is 4 spells. Again, you can 1 Skelly, but it's very risky. Usually most people will take 2 Skelly. So it's 4 spells, and then plus the poison if you were suing into a damage CC. So he saves himself 2 spell space, which allows him to take, I believe he took 5 Rage, 1 heal, 1 and 1 Rage. Having that much spell space on a beautiful cutout section, right? He made a lovely L shape for his troops. It just makes Lalo so powerful when you have so many spells left over, and you don't have to worry about the Queen, you don't have to worry about the CC. And he deployed those spells really well, especially that last heal. He really got the maximum value out of it possible.
That last heal was fantastic. You said 5 rages, you meant 5 haste.
5 haste,
and I mean, it's one of those things. You see a lot of people they're good attackers, but for some reason they do a shit job with their spells, and it's one of those things people forget that you use a haste. When your troops leave it, they're still under that haste for another second.
Precisely.
So you can launch them into the next building if you drop it in the right place. And right there, he had his heal edging right on the edge of the Wizard Tower, and then also on the edge of a haste. So they got up to full health and then just dove right into that last Wizard Tower and smashed it, and it only got 1 shot off.
Yeah, no, I really like that attack in general. I thought it was really well executed, really well planned.
Yeah, really good. Really good attack. And the last one is going to be XYZ, who also made the All-Stars. And this is a 10v10 triple using, I'm going to call it old now, an old Falcon, basically. But the tweak to this that I really liked is he's got 8 loons and 4 hogs that he's using for back-end cleanup that reminds me of an old Town Hall 9 Govalo attack.
Yeah.
And so this is a low tier base, and it's not a very good base, but it's awkward, and that's kind of the strategy of the tier 2 and tier 1 bases, is that you have an awkward base that isn't very good, and it can be cracked, but it's awkward, so nobody wants to try it.
Yeah. What he does really well here, I mean, look, a falcon is a falcon. It's not a pretty attack. It's not special. But you have to funnel very well, and he gets his funnel troops down and sets his funneling very well for a very limited amount of troop space. Which is, if you can do that on a Falcon, you have a very high chance of tripling.
Right, and so at this point where he's got his queen and the healers and the bowlers and the Valks in the base, they're not going to get all that much more. I mean, they chop through, like at this expo and everything, and bringing more Valks, would it end up tripling? I don't know. He'd have an awful lot of walls he'd still have to get through. So it's just, 2 loons to take out the mortar, and he brings 4 hogs at the cannon and the air defense, and it's just like easy pickings on these outer defenses.
Yeah, but again, it is, but I love the identification. I love the 1 loon for that cannon, 2 loons here, 2 loons there. I love the hogs for the air defense to really make sure that everything goes down. Just very good identification at the base.
Skeleton spelled for probably not necessary, but just the same.
Yeah, he could have swagged a reasonable number of those troops. I mean, he's got a ton left when you look at it. Right. He's got about 90 troop space left, plus his queen, plus it looks like at least 3 of the healers. So really, really killed this base. Great job. And the ability. So great job.
Right. Very good attack. So we had a good one there, and our 10v10 came back again this following week in the first round of playoffs, and we're rolling. I mean, we're dangerous. We could make a pretty good playoff run here. We'll, obviously take it week to week and see what happens, but so great job, Marshals'Nation. Good season. Unfortunately, they lost in week 1. They pulled predominance in the first round, so it's a good thing we beat them so that we didn't have to play predominance. So yeah, good season to them. You have any final thoughts on this war?
No, I think you've covered it. It was a very good all-round performance, and especially nice to bounce back from that very poor 10v10 performance.
Yeah, very proud of the bounce back. That was great. I didn't look at any of this war, not a single attack, didn't look at the map, nothing, from the time Battle Day started until the war was over. Why? Well, because my marriage ceremony ended about 15 minutes after the war ended, and I didn't want to have my mind on the war at all.
You were being a bit selfish. It's fine.
Yeah. Sorry. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next time. Hey guys, this is Coach Joe coming to you again with another great product. Last time I brought you Builder Up. Builder Up, it's great for taking out 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 obstacles in your base all at the same time. That'll help you defend and attack and everything else. This time I'm bringing you Builder Up Max Control, because sometimes you have a big, huge, gigantic, colossal obstacle in your base and you just need to get rid of it so that you can keep on clashing. So, Builder Up Max Control. It will clear your base and help you be the best that you can be. Because if you ever tried defending with a Morton Bay fig tree in your base, you can't do it. You just can't do it. Buy Builder Up Max Control.